Tonight on the County Line, we'll take a look at how the borough is keeping your streets clean.
We'll also talk about one of Westminster's oldest traditions, the mock convention.
Don't go anywhere. The County Line starts now.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the County Line. I'm Drew Trifolis.
And I'm Courtney Crown.
A humming, sucking sound takes to the streets of New Wilmington this time of year, and if you can track down the source, you'll find it comes from an unusual truck. Kids in the town call it Snuffy, short for the longer name of Snuffleupagus. It's really a converted street sweeping truck that now sucks up leaves along the borough streets. The borough picks up leaves from residents who rake them into the gutter, and it's all free of charge. One of the perks of living in New Wilmington. The County Line's cameras hit the streets to show us how this leaf-sucking machine works.
I call it a leaf vacuum truck. It's basically a big, like a big shop vac on wheels. What it is an old street sweeper that we found up in Cleveland. I needed to find a vehicle with dual steering wheels, so dual controls, because you drive on the opposite side. Well, so you can look down at the curb line. The kids in town named the Snuffleupagus. I believe that came from a Sesame Street character, and kind of got its name just the old machine. The kids always just started naming it Snuffleupagus, so we just kind of put the name on it and adapted that name. So this one's actually, the new one's called Snuffleupagus too. On the old machine, we used to get a lot of strange looks. The local people were used to it, but people that weren't familiar with it, they didn't know what kind of spaceship it was landing.
What exactly happens inside the truck? Like once it gets sucked up, does it get compressed, or does
they don't. There's nothing in there that causes it to compress outside of just the normal bounce of the truck and the force of the leaves blowing into the box. I mean, they blow in there at a very high velocity. It packs them in pretty hard. On a day like today, with the leaves being wet, the truck will get very heavy. And like I say, we'll pick up pumpkins at the end of the season. It'll suck pumpkins up. If there's a brick in or a rock or something, unfortunately, it'll pick them up. Now it doesn't. It's very hard on our equipment, but it's got a lot of suction. Small little, I'm not sure what kind of dog it was, but it was out. Wasn't real happy that I was there sucking the leaves, and it was barking around the chute, and I was in a hurry. I got the chute and lifted up in the air. If I hadn't got it up, why, he might have been gone. It's very powerful. It would have picked them up real quick.
The Borough of New Wilmington is looking into some huge changes with the proposal of a streetscaping project. The Borough Council has already approved a 10-year plan for updating downtown Market Street. Many local businesses call Market Street home and could be affected. With some of the plans involved, we're sure all of them will benefit from the makeover. The County Line's Ashley Durham met with Chairman Robert Coulter to discuss just what kind of plans are in order.
It's grant money we can get to upgrade new lighting, benches, new sidewalks, heated sidewalks. There's just a lot of different things that's going to help us with the to upgrade New Wilmington Borough.
And when is the projected end date for the streetscape?
The projected, it's probably going to be a 10-year plan.
Okay.
New Wilmington Borough Council discussed selling the community's wastewater to the natural gas industry at last month's borough meeting. It is unclear what the natural gas industry plans to do with the treated wastewater. Borough officials say they will take a closer look at this proposition at November's borough meeting. The meetings are held the first Monday of every month and they are open to the public. Coming up after the break, we take a look at the upcoming election.
Stay tuned, more County Line is on the way.
With a 300% increase in applications in the last 3 years and top rankings nationally in educational quality and value, it's the perfect time to discover Westminster College. Discover the core values that separate Westminster from other colleges. Discover the Westminster Way.
On Election Day, every vote matters. Your vote is your voice as an American citizen. It is American citizens' opportunity to be heard and hold elected officials accountable for their decisions. Additionally, it is the public's say in what issues are important and affect your community. Election Day will be held on November the 8th. The County Line's Ashley Bishop explains who is running in the elections for Lawrence and Mercer County.
It's that time of year again, when front yards and road intersections are covered with campaign signs. But with so many signs, it's hard to know who's running for what office. This is a minor list of candidates looking to be elected or re-elected in Lawrence and Mercer County. In Lawrence County, the 4 candidates running for county commissioner are Republican Daniel Vogler, Republican Bob Del Signor, Democrat Richard de Blasio, and Democrat Steve Craig. Running for county treasurer is Republican Bill Messner and Democrat Richard Rapone. Running for the mayor of Newcastle is Republican Philip Conti and Democrat Anthony Mastrangelo. In the Mercer County Commissioner race, the candidates running are Republican Matt McConnell, Republican John Lechner, Democrat Brian Beater, and Democrat Timothy Templeton. And running in the 4-year term sheriff race election is Republican Dale McAdams and Democrat Gary Hartman. A reminder to voters that polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. All voters appearing for the first time must show a form of photo identification, like a driver's license, passport, or student ID. And lastly, every vote matters.
Coming up next on the County Line, we catch up on our favorite local football teams.
Don't change that channel. Titantown Sports is coming up next.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
Westminster was founded in 1852 as one of the nation's earliest coeducational colleges. Our timeless mission of developing individuals intellectually, spiritually, and socially has helped Westminster become one of the country's top liberal arts colleges. Experience tradition the Westminster way. The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success the Westminster way.
Hello and welcome to Titantown Sports. I'm Adam Carswell. Let's get straight to this week's action. The Westminster swimming and diving teams opened up their season with a 3rd place finish at the annual Westminster Relays. The men's team finished 3rd out of 5 teams with 88 points, and the women finished 3rd out of 6 with 100. Westminster Relay teams performed well, posting a combined 7 second-place finishes. Division II schools Gannon and Edinboro dominated the meet. Gannon won the overall women's standings, and Edinburgh finished second overall. St. Vincent, Penn State Altoona, and Chatham also competed at the meet. St. Vincent placed fourth overall, Penn State Altoona finished fifth, and Chatham's women took sixth place. The Titans will host Allegheny for their next meet. The Titan women's tennis team finished off the season by coming in second in the PAC behind 26-time reigning champion Grove City. The County Line's Hannah Peczkowski shows us how the season ended for the Lady Titans.
Westminster's women's tennis team led a victorious undefeated season going into the PAC championship. Coach Scott Scooter Renninger says the main thing he asks from the team is that they go out and do the best they can. He says though the undefeated season is exciting, the goal is to take it all at the PAC.
We start out, the goal is to become the very best that we can become. Obviously through the duration of the regular season, it was excellent because they won all 15 games. They answered the bell every time they went out. The dream is to go ahead and win the PAC.
This year, the Titans took second at the PAC championship for the 6th time. Westminster did not go home empty-handed, however. Junior Alex Bailey and senior Dana Greismer took home the title of singles champs. This is the first time since 2004 that the Titans won 2 PAC titles in the same season. Bailey says even though they didn't meet their ultimate goal, the team is still united through the whole experience.
Our team has always been close together, whether we're undefeated or not, so we're always going to continue to stay close even if we start to lose.
This fall, the Titans face tough opponents such as Grove City and St. Vincent. Grove City College is known as the men's and women's tennis powerhouse in the PAC. The Wolverines may have taken first at the championship, but they didn't leave the season undefeated. The Titans dominated Grove City for the first time in 15 years. Next year, the Titans plan to continue another record-breaking season and hopefully take home the title of PAC champions. For the County Line, I'm Hannah Peczkowski.
The Wilmington High football team has enjoyed a tremendous amount of success over the 2011 season as they sit atop the District 10 standings. Titantown Sports' Jordan Greer recaps the season thus far and shows us how the Greyhounds have dominated the competition all season long.
The Wilmington Greyhounds came into the 2011 football season with high hopes of winning the District 10 championship. Thus far, they have delivered with an impressive 8-1 record and no losses in conference competition. Let's take a look at how the Hounds have continued their winning tradition under head coach Terry Varelli. The Greyhounds' rushing attack has created problems all season long for opposing defenses, and it's no different here when Gunnar Donati takes it all the way for the long touchdown run. Quarterback Josh Tekak is also capable of leading the Hounds with an aerial assault. Here he finds Anthony Derrick downfield for an easy score. Tekak also shows a tremendous athletic ability on this run, hurdling a Hickory defender for a big gain. Tekak hits one of his favorite targets in tight end Donnie Watson, who makes the diving grab for a Hounds touchdown. Wilmington hopes they will have more to celebrate as they near the end of this season and pursue the elusive District 10 championship. I'm Jordan Greer for Titantown Sports.
The Westminster football team is more than halfway through their season. This year, the Titans have a winning record in the PAC and are jockeying for position in the top of the conference. They have also provided plenty of excitement for their home fans. The County Line's Connor Kobus shows us how this year's team has turned things around on the gridiron.
How are you doing? doing now?
One of the biggest surprises this year at Westminster is the success of the football team. The Titans are currently 4-1 in the PAC and tied for second place. Before the season even started, experts picked the Titans to come in 8th place in the conference out of a total 9 teams. How have the Titans managed to defy the predictions? Head coach Jeff Hand says it comes down to the collective hard work the Titans have put forth since day one.
You know, we got camp off on a great note, and how camp started is with our PAC coaches poll, and then our ranking in the coaches poll, and being ranked the second to the last, and the guys really took that personally and took it as a big challenge, and and the guys decided that we needed to step it up this year, and we certainly had the ability to.
I wanted to be here on Monday, but my boss.
Another difference in this year's squad is a new face in the strength and conditioning department, Paul Yeoman. Coach Yeoman brings a fresh new energy to the Westminster football program. He has his own set routine that he believes can get the Titans in tip-top shape.
I just get really into it, heart and soul into this program and anything I do. And I want everyone to get my hard work, my type of work ethic, and it's carried over, and it all starts in here. And from what I've seen, all that hard work and that good work ethic is carried over onto the football field, and that is why we're winning this year.
The improved leadership on the team is most apparent to the players in the locker room. Titan captains Jordan Rooney and Ryan Budashevsky get the team hyped up and energized for each and every game on Saturday.
It wasn't a very successful season last year, and I think that we had to have the whole team buy into this mentality that we can be a winning football team, and towards the beginning of the year, everyone did buy in, which has brought us to our success now.
It looks like the sky's the limit for this year's Titan team, who looks to capture their first PAC title in team history. For the County Line, I'm Connor Kobus.
That is your Titantown Sports for the week. I'm Adam Carswell. Now for more County Line.
Hi, I'm Dan McDevitt, a father, a husband, Army retiree, and a student at Westminster College. It was nice finding a college so close to home with high academics, was going to put me in the job market right after graduation. If I was to tell another adult student why to come to Westminster, I'd tell them for the academics, the one-on-one personalization that they'll get with their instructor, the small classroom experience. I know with this college degree, it's going to open a lot of doors for me. My kids are supportive of me going back to college. And when I get good grades, they're all happy. They're like, way to go, Dad.
Westminster College's stellar academic reputation comes from dedicated faculty committed to student success. A Westminster liberal arts education prepares you for life's challenges. Go to college for more than a degree. Go to become educated. Challenge yourself the Westminster way.
The countdown is on for the 2011 Westminster GOP Mock Convention. It is a 75-year-old tradition where students mock the political process. They stage a mock party convention and nominate a candidate for president. The convention aims to engage students in the political process. However, polls and media reports claim America's youth may not be politically savvy. Often young people are unfairly stereotyped as self-indulgent and uninformed. Is this the case at Westminster? The County Line's Joe Ligo puts students to the test when it comes to GOP candidates.
Westminster has politics on the brain. I researched polls and media reports on young people's involvement in government. Many publications claimed college students fail to know or care about politics. I decided to find if that rings true for our campus. I prepared several questions on the mock convention candidates.
No, I do not.
Texas? That is a wonderful question, sir. No, I don't.
Texas.
There you go. She got it right.
Mitting?
Mitster?
William?
It's probably something common like John or James.
It's actually Willard.
Willard? I'd go by Mitt if my name was Willard. I know their names, but I don't know which one.
Michelle B.
Michelle B?
Yeah.
Woman down here?
That one?
Yes.
That is Michelle Bachman.
Oh.
Okay, well, she looks more determined. So.
That one? Well, you would be guessing correct. That is Michelle Bachman. Contrary to public opinion, political science professor Shannon I. Smithy says young people still care about politics.
I think we've got some pretty convincing evidence that while the younger generation is more cynical about the capacity of government, it doesn't mean that they're not interested in politics. They're just not necessarily turning to the government to solve social problems.
She says it's not unusual for college students to overlook government, as it does not affect them as much as it does older individuals.
When you don't have a mortgage or you don't have children yet and those sorts of things, it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that politics, like the local tax rate, for example, may not mean as much to you because you're not paying a very high rate of tax.
Smithy asserts that younger generations are active, only in different ways than previous generations.
Sort of people who are now in the 18 to 30 category is that they're likely to mobilize to try to make a difference maybe in their community or even maybe in international politics, but they're not necessarily going to channel that through the traditional political party structure or the traditional government structure.
But here in the Memorial Fieldhouse on November 10th, there's going to be plenty of political action going on here at the mock convention, and you can watch it all live on the Westminster Cable Network. I'm Joe Ligo for the County Line.
The mock convention kicks off on November the 9th. Republican Senator Bob Robbins gave a radio interview about political process and the candidates. Senator Robbins represents Mercer and Crawford County and also parts of Butler and Lawrence County, which is considered the 50th senatorial district. Senator Robbins says it is important to be involved in the political process and it's the American duty.
Well, it's absolutely important to have young people, students and otherwise, being very involved in the political process because unlike the rest of the world, for the most part, our democratic Republican form of democracy, in fact, requires, everybody as much as possible to be involved.
Coming up, we examine studying abroad and we meet the new Director of Health Services here at Westminster.
Stay tuned for this and more on the County Line.
With a 300% increase in applications in the last 3 years and top rankings nationally in educational quality and value, it's the perfect time to discover Westminster College. Discover the core values that separate Westminster from other colleges. Discover the Westminster Way.
Studying abroad is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for students, especially at Westminster. The college has affiliates in almost every country. But recently, Westminster established a relationship with one particular school in Israel. The County Line's Alyssa Hanna spent 5 weeks working on her capstone documentary in Israel this summer. She shares part of her experience and why taking advantage of these opportunities is so important.
Israel, a land of beauty, culture, and of course, religion. But Israel is also a land that many people don't know the truth about. Many stereotypes arise about the people, especially the women. Westminster College has recently established an agreement between our college and a university in northern Israel, Western Galilee, in order to foster a positive relationship between the students from both schools. There are so many opportunities that can come from this relationship, but only if students take advantage of it.
Okay, I can't decide if I should get the big bowl or the little.
Recently, I became one of those students. I chose to immerse myself in Israeli culture in order to learn more about women and religion in the area. And as I discovered, there is a lot we can learn from them. Israel, although a small country no bigger than New Jersey, is full of different religions, specifically Judaism, Islam, Christianity, and Druze. And religion plays a huge part in how people are looked at in today's society.
It's a country where you're looked at as what religion and ethnicity you're from. This is the first thing that everyone who doesn't know you, who want to make acquaintance, will ask, and this is how you're first defined.
In Israel, the religion is a critical issue, whether you're Jewish or Muslim. Racism in Israel is based on Jewish or Muslim.
אמא ואבא לא שומעים להם, אין תרבות ואין זה. ואני ניסיתי את שני, להיות אישה חילונית ולהיות אישה דתייה, הכי כיף והכי טוב ומושלם להיות אישה דתייה. לא יודעת, אולי מהצד שלי, אבל גם הרבה נשים שהיו ככה ונהפכנו להיות דתיות, זה מושלם בעצמו, עם הנפש ועם הגוף.
Seema Shimoni recently spent a year in America. She and her husband stayed at Westminster College on a Fulbright scholarship. Seema's opinion about Americans and their take on religion may be surprising to many people.
Jews in America. I'm quite sure that the way I know America, America is much, much more religious than Israel, for sure. This is my experience.
I need to get one. For 5 weeks, I had the opportunity to travel, meet with women, and learn about their lives and religion. Because of the new agreement, any student from Westminster College will have similar opportunities. Speaking from experience, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime trip that every open-minded and adventurous student should take advantage of. So stop by the Study Abroad office on the 3rd floor of McKelvey to find out more. I'm Melissa Hanna for the County Line.
Did you know that the deadliest war since World War II is still going on right now? Over 5.5 million citizens of the Congo have died in the past 10 years due to atrocities happening to this day. The Peace Studies Cluster will perform a show called #Enough that will emphasize the horrible crimes occurring in the Congo and give the audience a chance to make a change. The show will take place in Beagley Theater on November 4th at 7:30 p.m. There is no charge, but donations are strongly encouraged. All proceeds will benefit Women for Women International, which sponsors women in the Congo who have been affected by disease, rape, and more. Contact Dr. Sherry Pataki for more information at patakisp at wclive.westminster.edu.
Westminster College welcomes a new Director of Health Services to the Student Health Center. Her name is Melissa Barron, and she is a registered nurse from Sharon, PA. She joined the Health Center on July 1st. Before accepting the position at the college, she was a home health nurse for Sharon Regional Hospital. She actually attended Westminster College as a freshman, majoring in international business and economics. She then changed her major to nursing and transferred to Sharon Regional School of Nursing. She finished her master's degree at Penn State University. Here at the Student Health Center, she schedules appointments for ill students, organizes files, sees students who come in when the doctor is not available, and can administer certain vaccinations. She said she is excited for the change from moving around as a home health nurse to an office job surrounded by students.
That's tonight's edition of the County Line.
We'll see you next week for another edition of the County Line as all your local sports in Titantown Sports. Good night.
Good night.